All right, let's get it to it. Let's go. Let's go. Mm. Oh, yo, this song is fire. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another live stream. How's everybody doing this week? Hope everybody's doing good. This is where we at, number 3, and the third installment of the live stream series. So I'm excited about that. As you guys know, on the Patreon, I'm starting live streaming every single week, or I'm at least attempt to stay consistent with it. Not only because I want to provide more value, but also I'm doing it for myself too. I want to challenge myself to get out my comfort zone and do things I'm not used to. And that was one of my big goals for 2024. And I believe live streaming is something that's useful for me personally. And I believe you guys should also have the same goal and do something that you're not used to doing, something that gets you out of your comfort zone. So that way, I mean, that's how you get better, right? That's how you become competent. That's how you gain confidence. That's how you get better in every aspect. But I'm not going to bore you guys with my motivational talk today. As you see by the title, we have a discussion about if high value men use dating apps. Now, I will give my take on it, but I do want to make a quick reminder. If you're on the Patreon, go to the link I just posted an hour ago so that you can be the first ones to the call-ins. So if you guys got questions on the Patreon, go to the Patreon right now, my most recent post, click the link to join the live stream. Then everybody else, I may or may not be doing a call-in show today. Depends on how I feel, depends on how long we end up going tonight. But yeah, if you're on the Patreon, join. Link is in the most recent post. Alongside with that, boring stuff out the way, be sure to follow me on Instagram. I have 2, Austin_Dunham, alongside with Based Austin Dunham. Follow me on Based Austin Dunham. That's where I'm more unhinged. That's where I give more self-improvement dating advice. If you want to see more of my lifestyle, more fitness stuff, follow my main one, Austin_Dunham. And I think that's about it for the intro. Now let's get into the actual topic of today, right? Do high value men use dating apps? I want some engagement in the chat. I want you guys to either write a yes or no. Do high value men use dating apps? Do they use online dating? Yes or no? Let me know. I want to see what everybody thinks. Yes or no? Do high value men use dating apps? All right, we got 1 no. Absolutely yes. Yes. Okay, so far we have more yeses than nos. And of course, you guys aren't probably, in a right position to maybe say like if you actually know this information or not. But just based off what you think, do you think high value men use dating apps? Some of you guys might be a high value man. I don't know. No, because they don't have to. No, stupid. High value men use dating apps, but don't need to use dating apps. Okay. Yes, it's scalable versus other approaches. Got it. All right. So getting good feedback. For the most part, it seems like most people are saying yes. All right. Now, before I give my answer, let's rewind it a bit. Let's define what a high value man is, because I think 3 to 5 years ago, the term was alpha. All right. It was all about being alpha. Nowadays, that word is like banned from the Manosphere dictionary. You cannot say alpha nowadays without being cringe or without getting some sort of pushback. Right. 5 years ago, if you would have got on YouTube, it would have been how to be alpha, alpha guide, alpha this. Nowadays, you can't use the word alpha. They use the word high value man. So what is a high value man, guys? What is a high value man? For me, I believe it is divided into two phases: the tangibles, then the intangibles. And the reason why I say that is because to be a high value man, if you ask a woman what she thinks it is, what is she going to say? She's going to say, a guy who's smart, knows what he wants, he's loyal, he's giving, he's confident, right? Those are intangibles. which I'll get into my intangibles next. But there's also tangibles. Tangibly, on paper, you can be a high value man. And what that represents is having a higher sexual market value. So at least, I would say at least an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10 on a scale of on the SMV scale, sexual market value scale, I think would maybe consider you as a high value man because you're in the top percentile, right? At least top 20% based on those standards. So tangibly, to be a high value man, you have to be making money. You can't be overweight. You don't got to be ripped, but you can't be out of shape. Dress nice, all these tangible things that have status, right? Now let's talk about the intangibles. Intangibles, I wrote some stuff here. What we got? Confident, has game, presentable, charismatic, reliable, relentless, respected, respectful. These are some intangibles that people might correlate to what being a high value man is. Anybody alpha in the chat? Who's alpha? Who's alpha? Or is it everybody working their way to be high value? Yeah. Dating apps must be like a candy store for a high value man because they actually get the candy. Meanwhile, most guys only get to look at the candy. Yeah. True. If you're below average, you're average. Yeah, you just get to look at it. Actually, you might get like a 20-cent lemon head, one of those hard old school candies. You might get a peppermint, but are you getting the full stack Reese's? You getting the Snickers? Hell no. Not happening. All right. Cool. Remember, if you're on the Patreon, click the join link if you want to be first ones in the call-in show. Go to the Patreon, click the join link. All right, we got the tangibles, we got the intangibles out the way. We talked about high value men versus alpha. And plus the term alpha, I think a big part of it too is it tends to hold a lot of intangibles to it. Like for somebody to say that they're alpha, they're probably not talking about their money. They're not talking about, how they look. They're talking about intangible things. I'm a leader of men. I'm confident, right? And those intangibles can, in some cases, be subjective. That's why it's frowned upon if you feel like you're an alpha guy or think that you're an alpha guy and you say it out loud, it's frowned upon because, it's subjective. Like who's to say that you're an alpha? But who is to say you're a high value man? It's tangible. Here goes my resume. Here goes my stats. All right. Somebody said king size bars. Yeah. You ain't getting no king size bars in the candy store. All right. We're going to do some call-ins before we move on to the first part. But first, let me answer this super chat from Sterling. What clothing style is the most versatile to fit within most amount of women's phenotype, i.e. the bad boy with ripped jeans or a nice blazer with slacks? Wait, what clothing style is the most versatile to fit within most amount of women's phenotype? Are you saying like, okay, what clothing style do most men have a higher preference for? Well, that's hard to answer. That's a very hard to answer. And I've done experiments on this too. I'm still doing experiments on it, by the way. Stay tuned. In a few weeks, you guys will see. But it really depends because if you're on the younger side, trendier sort of clothes tend to work better, I've realized. So like streetwear, trendier stuff, the loose fitting, oversized sort of fits. But if you're above the age of 25, then yeah, that bad boy style could work. Right? Anything that shows high amounts of sex appeal is usually attracted to a vast majority of women. So I actually was just talking to a digital Romeo student of mine today, and we were getting him jackets, and he was going to do a photo shoot with this big parka on, right? He wanted to do like a winter photo shoot. I told him like, no, we're not doing that, bro. We need to get you a leather jacket, either a leather jacket or a bomber. Those two tend to have like higher sex appeal, but also a bit stylish, but not on the edge of like too stylish to where it looks very formal. Think of like a trench coat or overcoat or something like that. So think of things that enhance your own sex appeal, and the bad boy style can definitely do that. All right, we got Sterling again. What routine skincare products you do by a dermatologist without the risk of hyperpigmentation? Tretinoin should be in everybody's skincare routine. Retinol or tretinoin. Tretinoin is like a stronger version of retinol. and you can get it prescribed by a dermatologist. I also got my plugs too, where you don't need a dermatologist, but I don't know. I might share that with the Patreon. I think I have shared that with Patreon, maybe. All right, Sterling, you got another one, man. Last one, last one. Then we're moving on. What product do I use to texture my hair, and how do I do it? I need to make a hair routine. Well, what I use is so every now and then I'll texturize my hair. Every now and then, not often. So a texturizer loosens up the curl patterns, and it's like a chemical. Think of like a perm, but a lesser version. A perm straightens people's hair, or at least black people. I think a perm for other races, it makes your hair curly. So think of a texturizer for black people like a perm for white people. So sometimes I do that, and it'll loosen up the curl pattern. And other times I put this moisturizer, and then I use a curl, not a sponge, but this tool I got from the beauty supply store, and I just that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. All right, we're gonna get into some call-in stuff. If you are on the call-in show, be sure to show your face, and let's get into it. Starting off with first, Neto. You ready? What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I don't really have a question. I just wanted to ask if I could pitch to join your sales team.
Yo, this is the second time somebody has joined the call-ins to pitch me on something. That's awesome that you're doing that. I'm not knocking the hustle, but as of right now, my team is pretty booked. But if I ever do need help, if I haven't found it already, I'll post it on my stories. So unfortunately, I think we're fully booked right now, man. But yeah,
That's fine. Thank you for the time, though.
gotcha. Hey, after that bag, after that bag. All right, Casey, you ready? What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Man, I literally can't believe I'm talking to a Sedona right now.
It's all good.
It's
Good to
crazy.
talk.
It's actually like 12 in the UK right now. Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
yeah. Where you from?
Um, originally from Nigeria, but I stay in the UK.
Okay, nice, nice.
So I have like two questions basically. The first one, about the whole dating app stuff. So I actually think like I get more attentions like in real life compared to like dating apps. I've actually like tried it like once or twice. And so far, it has been crap. Like I've literally deleted and I like I've deleted it like thousands of times because it seems like it's not like working for me. But I actually like get better results in real life.
Hmm.
Like so, like I literally don't understand. Like literally don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And I know you like you say in terms of my pictures because yeah, my pictures are mostly just with iPhones and I thought
Yeah.
so.
Okay, so you're saying you do better in real life and you get no results on dating apps. Is essentially what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. You know, when people say that, I like to dissect it because let's actually see if you're actually getting better results in real life. People say that they get better results in real life, but the truth is they're just getting numbers or getting Instagrams that are leading nowhere. So you're telling me that whenever you meet women in real life, you're actually going out on dates and sleeping with them.
Or the ratio will be like the rate okay, it's not as much as I would like, but the ratio is kind of like you see out of like 10, I might actually like go out to like three. But out of 10, like usually I get like nine, maybe their Instagram number. Out of like 10 girls, I get like their nine of them, their Instagram, their numbers, like out of 10. Then let's say like three or two sometimes. I
Yeah.
actually got some dates rates. Then let's say one, I'll actually like smash one. Then out of the, but I
Yeah.
get most of the time I get the numbers and stuff like those are not like problems.
Gotcha. Well, it sounds like your volume is really low, man. If you're not getting results on dating apps, it comes down to your presentation and image. more than likely 99% chance. There's some hacks and other things you can do, but none of that matters if you don't have your image down on point. So work on making yourself more attractive. Get in the gym. I'm not sure what you're currently doing right now in terms of working on that. And then you have to either get a photo shoot or be more purposeful in the pictures that you are taking for your dating apps. You can't just snap just random pictures and be like, okay, yeah, cool, that'll work. No, you have to be a little bit more strategic. You have to ask yourself, like, why is this a good picture? So that's pretty much the biggest thing, man. I'm not sure how dating apps work in Africa. Maybe I should test that for a YouTube video one day.
I'm not in Africa. I'm in the UK. I'm from Africa, but I'm in the UK, United Kingdom.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you're in the UK. So
Yeah, I'm in the United Kingdom.
even more competitive. Yeah. Yeah. In that case, you really need to get your image on point, bro, and create a better digital presentation.
I got you. So like just one quick question. Now like I'm basically seeing my face now. Like, can you just like tell me what I can actually like improve on? Like just like a real
Yeah.
second.
Yeah. So haircut, you need a haircut. Looks like it's been growing out for like maybe 3-4 weeks. That first, your facial hair. Can you grow a beard? Yeah, I'm assuming you can't.
Yeah, it's kind of like a like a strap. Like it's not like big, like almost like strap.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I want to do a chin strap. I would keep your chin hair just at your chin. And if you can grow a mustache, like try that out too, but at least line up the chin hair. And then also your skin. Your skin and also you're holding it could be the angle, but it looks like you don't have a lot of muscle on your body too. So you need to enhance the fitness, build more muscle, lose more fat, skincare routine. You got some hyperpigmentation. Your eyebrows look nice, but yeah, I think for you it's pretty much grooming. Like if you just like put effort into like grooming, and like you would probably increase by like a point or two.
I got you. Thanks, bro.
Awesome. All right, man. See ya. Uh, all right, guys. Before we move on, one moment. One moment. Let me grab this link real quick. One moment. All right. All right. So, guys, I actually do this for onboarding for my Digital Romeo students. So, if you're interested in booking a call to potentially join, if you're a good fit, I'm going to leave a link right here for you to schedule a free consultation for Digital Romeo, where you get to work personally one-on-one with me. We're going to create you a plan of action to improve your looks, to improve your fitness. And then also I'm going to teach you the techniques on the back end, how you can actually start getting options alongside with making your Instagram popping to leverage for more network and dating opportunities. All right, up next, we got KJ. By the way, everybody else, please show your face if you want me to add you. Please show your face. All right, KJ.
Yo, what's up, bro? Can you hear me?
What's up, man? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yo, so first things first, I want to say thank you for the beard stuff, bro. I never thought growing a beard to be like the reason like that was like holding me back, not having a beard. I had like this baby face thing going on. I just didn't know what I wanted my look to look like. And you helped me a lot on that end. So I appreciate you on that.
Of course, man.
So question, so Hinge, all that. So I got my pictures down, presentation solid, bio solid. I just got a match a couple of minutes ago. My issue is when I put them through the funnel, right? Message a little bit back and forth, and then within about 4 to 5 messages, I'm getting them on Instagram. And I get their Instagram, everything's cool, but this is where I mess up. I hit them up first. I know that's kind of like don't really want to do that, but I just don't think I'm at a place where I can just kind of sit back and let them come to me. I don't think I'm there yet physically. I mean, I think I'm pretty good looking and whatnot, but I don't know what it is that I'm lacking on. I'm still working on that, but I fall into like old habits of like, okay, I'm gonna follow them. I'm going to message them. I'm going to try to get their attention just so they can keep considering me. And sometimes, you know, it's okay, like I get away with it, doesn't last, and then other times I don't really hear much from them. So is it like a patience thing, or just keep kind of, you know, following the process, or just keep leveling up? What do you think?
Yeah. So where exactly is the bottleneck at? You're saying that I understand you fall back into bad habits, but you're saying like once you get into Instagram, they stop responding. Like where's the issue at?
Yeah. So sometimes they'll respond, sometimes they'll like lag, or sometimes they'll follow me. Right. I want them to follow me, but then they won't message me.
Mm-hmm.
And I upload on my stories what I'm up to and everything. I live here in LA. Like I have a pretty active lifestyle, so I'm giving them stuff to, you know, the like bait, I guess, but they're not biting. So I just don't know. And it's a pretty high volume I'm working with now. Ever since I kind of leveled up a bit, but I just find myself in like a situation where I'm like, okay, so I guess I should just kind of not chase, but you know, reach out a little bit more than I'd like to.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you got to find what works best for you. And in terms of where your bottlenecks are at and they're not replying or they're not following you, there's always going to be issues along the way. Even for me, myself, like taking a girl fully through the funnel, like I have not a lot of fall off, but there's definitely fall off, whether, you know, they don't message me or don't reply. Like expect anything and everything to go wrong, first off. But after that, I would say stick to the hard rules of for example, like not following her initially or first, especially if she doesn't follow you back, using it as a solely like a messaging platform, but also try out different funnels too. That's not like the only funnel you can do. So I have a guy in the course, for example, he was finding that sending them to Instagram personally wasn't working out for him, but the number funnel was working out better for him, which is essentially very similar, except for instead of voice notes, you do a FaceTime or like a phone call or something like that after you get the number. So that was working more out for him. But just remember that if a woman was like genuinely high interest, it really doesn't matter like which way you go. I just have it set up that way because by the time a woman comes out on a date with me, I want boxes to be checked. Like I know like not only is she high interest, but she knows how to listen, she's compliant, she's on time, you know. So that's why I have like some of those filters in place, but you might have to sort of find your own throughout time.
Right. I will say like the ones that I have dealt with that show high interest, they make it easier. They make everything so easy. Within the week, you know, it's like, oh, let's do something this week. And like, okay, bet. And like, what day? And I'll just say, I'll throw out a random day and like, okay, let's do it. You know, like that does happen occasionally. I guess it's just trying to get it to happen more. Cause I feel like it's like 1 out of every like 10 girls. You know what I mean?
True. And keep in mind, I'm not sure the level of attractiveness that you're dealing with, but the hotter the girl is, the more status the girl has, the more difficult she just overall is. Overall, even me, like if of course, I like my attractive girls too, but if she's like 2, like a 9 on Hinge, 9.5, I don't even deal with them, bro. I'm like, I don't even deal with. I already know it's going to be headache and drama and BS, man. So
true. The thing about LA,
LA,
the thing in LA is even the sixes have like this weird inflated ego of like, all right, you got to make it, you got to make, you know, you got to earn it. And, you know, I'm gonna make you wait and do all the like these games and stupid shit. And it's like,
nah, that's too much.
Nah, yeah, bro. So it's like, and then occasionally I'll get a 9 or an 8. That's like just chill down and whatever. So it's a bit of a like a random thing out here, but I understand what you're saying for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. And like you said, you're not a bad looking guy at all. So definitely leverage yourself in terms of like quality. For sure, get a photo shoot done. Guy Chad is out there too, defund sipping. So you can hit him up. He'll do a photo shoot for you. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro.
Of course, bro. See ya.
Later.
Whew, man. I just got to cut today, guys. I'm trying out the low fade. I'm not sure how I like it. I usually get mid fades. I don't know. Should I keep it? All right. Super chat. Let's go. Austin, please continue these weekly lives. FedEx, AMS, MJ help me work on being high value. Of course, man. Awesome. I'll definitely try to. I love your weekly lights, Austin. I think that is only on the U.S. They like trendy clothes and urban culture. In Canada, there is a high Asian and white population. They only like classy black guys. That's why you got to play a part into your environment, right? So that makes perfect sense. Pay attention to your environment, the demographic around, and you got to cater more towards that. If you want to, quote unquote, fit in. If you don't care what anybody thinks, then wear whatever you want, as long as it's, classy or in whichever way you feel is classy. But yeah, environment's important. Downtown Orlando, where I'm at. So I'm gonna be doing a video. We're gonna be dressed in suits. Stay tuned. Girls rate us 1 through 10 in suits. But I have a feeling that that's not gonna be. I have a feeling it's gonna be bad results, and the reason is because that the demographic downtown, alongside with what everybody else is wearing, is not congruent to the environment. So we'll see. We're gonna test it out. Y'all stay tuned for that one. Yaz, you ready?
Go ahead.
What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up? How you doing, Austin?
I'm great, bro.
All right. So I actually got a couple questions. So the first one, it actually relates to like the dating app. So I don't know, how do you go about this, right? So you would have I would have a girl, right? I get her IG through the dating app. And then somewhere along the line, she would just like randomly stop responding or like ghost. And then for some reason, this always happens to me where it's like a couple weeks later, a couple days later, they would like my stories after they had ghosted. So I don't know how that even works, or like, how do you go about that? Because like that's just been happening very, very frequently, where they would ghost and then keep liking my stories.
Yeah. Hold on, one quick moment. There we go. Let me add that banner back. I didn't realize it was on. Okay, so they're ghosting. You send them to IG, they're ghosting, but they still engage with you in other formats. But instead of replying to the message, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. In that case, do you follow these women? They follow you back too?
Yep, both.
Yeah,
we both follow each other.
So this is the first reason why I don't follow women unless I have been out on a date with them, because there has been too many times where even if she follows you back, where you follow a woman, she either goes, it doesn't lead anywhere, she flakes where maybe, and now you either keep following her, she's still engaging with your stuff but not responding, or now you gotta go and unfollow her. So that's the first reason why I don't follow girls that I haven't met yet. Second, I truly believe that is just a sign of a lack of interest. It could be. I don't want to be naive here that she didn't see it.
Yeah, no.
I highly doubt it, man. I think it's truly just a genuine lack of interest, but they still want your attention. That's all it is.
But then the thing is with that is that like most of the girls that do that, they show very high interest at first. So it's like they would come at me, like they would be the ones messaging me. So what I do with dating apps is I take your approach, where I literally only talk to girls that message me first. Like I don't remember the last time I actually messaged a girl first on a dating app. So if it's not them messaging me first, then I don't talk to them. And it's always the case that they would message me first with like a big compliment. It would be like, oh, like you're so hot, or whatever it is. Like it would be a compliment like that. So I don't understand how a girl can, with that type of like, energy that comes at you like that, would end up ghosting.
And us men, we try to logically problem solve and try to figure shit out like that. But here's what you can do. I think is a potential lack of interest, and or she got distracted somewhere else, but keeping you on the back burner, or dealing with another guy, but keeping you on the back burner and purposely that could be a case too. But also, I tell guys, try a follow-up, try it. I have a big ego. I'm not following up with
See, I'm the same way.
Yeah. But if you truly think it's worth it, try a follow-up.
Okay, because I've had a couple where they would like my stories and then reach out, but since they ghost, I would leave them on red. Like I don't know if do you respond to them, but like I feel like them ghosting is like a huge disrespectful thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have the same outlook.
No, I agree. I do think it's disrespectful, and that's why, for that reason, I don't follow up.
Okay.
Either. But yeah, you don't have a lot of options, man.
Yeah, that's
game,
true.
charge it to the game, or follow up. That's literally all you can do. But to answer like why they do that, no.
It baffles me. I don't understand it. Like, because you ghosting somebody, you're saying, all right, I don't want anything to do with them, but then you're liking their stories. So I don't know if they expect you to reach out from liking the story or like what it is, but
Bro, girls have been doing this forever, but not through Instagram, but through text. How many times has this happened to you guys where you're texting a girl, she goes ghost, but she may follow you on Instagram, she's still liking your pictures, even sometimes talking to you on other platforms, but like, doesn't respond back to the text,
Yeah. I mean, that was just one question. But then the other thing, right? So this is my second one. I keep on, for some reason, running into girls that just like, I don't know if this is a thing with like leveling up and getting more physically attractive, but like now girls they only want something serious. Like they won't even they don't even want to get to the point of like smashing if it's not like a relationship. Like I don't. Is that something that comes with just like getting better, like physically or whatever? Not because I don't know if it's like it's just been happening a lot where it's like they want something serious, like serious thing. Or
how old are you?
22.
22. Oh shit! Hold on, my disconnected. There we go. Back. Test 1 2. 22. Okay, you're 22. Girls shouldn't be expecting commitment on you. Honestly, that's weird. So this could be variable upon the girl's age, your age, which also makes no sense because you're 22. But if you're matching what you're saying, younger girls like beneath the age of 23, 24, 25 are wanting commitment. Gotcha. Well, in that case, that proves your sexual market value, bro. Girls only want relationships with men where they where you have the husband boyfriend attributes. So either they tangibly see that, or on your first date, you're giving off boyfriend energy through your behavior, through how you're acting.
Probably.
So
that is true.
So they're putting you immediately in the boyfriend box versus the fun box, or the I don't know, he's kind of mysterious box. You're probably giving off a lot of boyfriend energy.
Yeah, because they all come off with like, very high attraction. Like they come off with compliments off the gate, like straight. Yeah. The first message would just be a compliment. And then they would not want to do anything until like it's a relationship. So I don't understand that. Like they're physically attracted, but they hold off intentionally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's probably your vibe, your energy. That's also conversation topics too. Like on a first date, I try to keep things lighthearted and fun. Okay. If it's like too serious, or I'm talking about like her career, her goals, like things that it just gives off a little bit too much boyfriend energy, I try to always avoid that. Keep it lighthearted and fun. Think just entertainment, make her laugh, stuff like that. And then also don't be afraid to escalate either. Okay.
No, like for me, it would be like after, like literally during escalation, they would just be like, all right, no, let's not, like I would rather wait or something like that. That's what they would hit me with. I don't know. It might just because I live in Miami, so I mostly I deal with like Hispanic women, and I think most of them are like very like good girl, like like
what in Miami.
I don't know if that's just my experience, but I've been getting a lot of Hispanic women that literally don't want to do anything unless it's like a relationship or like something serious.
Man,
I don't know if you have
that's just your experience.
That's my experience.
When I go to Miami, it's a different story.
Okay.
It's a different story.
Then
you mentioned with those girls from Hialeah. How you say it? Hialeah.
Hialeah. I live by
there. Doral and
because I'm by Wynwood, so those are all the girls I'm matching with.
Yeah, nah, man.
Yeah. Okay. Crazy. So, but the last question is, so how do I this is like I've been improving my Instagram a lot, right? I have great pictures, like professional photos, reels. But the one last thing that's just the missing piece of the puzzle is like organic growth, right? Like that's been my struggle. Like right now I'm at almost around like 1,500 followers. And I have a pretty good ratio. Like I follow back like around 500. So like 1,000, you know, like difference. But I'm just trying to get to like that 5K, that 10K mark, but I don't even know how to get there. Like it's just like how do you go about that? Because what I try to do is I follow girls and then just get them to like see if they follow back. But then again, that you know, that screws your ratios.
Yeah, true. So are you trying to gain a female audience or a mixed demographic, or you don't care?
I think I don't doesn't really matter.
Yeah, for growth, it's all about reels, man. All about reels. It's hard to grow off pictures alone. So reels, and there's many different ways you can approach reels, such as value-driven reels, talking head reels, entertainment reels, vloggy reels, lifestyle reels. There's so many reels you can do, but basically video. Video is how you grow on Instagram. If you're just only posting pictures, not posting any reels, you can have an attractive Instagram profile. You might gain a little bit of followers, but you're not going to reach 5, 10K, 20K, 30K for not posting reels, honestly.
Okay. I mean, one route I was looking at is going like the fashion influencer route, like, you know, where like you do like kind of like fits, the reels of like you wearing different fits and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I don't know how saturated that is.
I wouldn't worry about saturation because everything is like we live in a modern technology where everything is saturated. Everything has been tapped. So a big example I think about is think about the next like R&B artist, the next rap star, the next pop star, whatever. You know, they're working right now. Every year somebody new blows up in every single space, multiple people too. So I don't like to think about how things are saturated. I just think about how can I stand out more personally? What can I personally do to make myself slightly different than what everybody else is doing? Is it through my look? Is it through my knowledge? Is it through my skills? Is it through how I present the information? Like what's different? So just try to think about how you can present yourself slightly differently and not blend in. And that will cure that saturation sort of mindset.
All right. Okay. I mean, that's all my questions, man. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, man. I remember I reviewed your IG.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you want to look at it now. I actually posted new stuff that you said to try, but
I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna check it another time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right. Yeah. I see you, bro.
All right.
Yep. All right. Super chats. We got some more. You're the greatest male improvement on the internet. I copied your whole look. I got 10x more women, but girls in Toronto like Michael B. Jordan and Key Power look alike. They hate ratchet black men. Well, I'm flattered by your compliment. Thank you. But are you calling yourself ratchet? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like Parker, you're calling yourself ratchet. You don't have to be a ratchet black guy, man. Like if girls like the Michael B. Jordan, Keith Power, sort of clean cut, sort of black guy look, model yourself into that. I mean, you said you copied my whole look, so am I clean cut? I don't know. Am I clean cut? I'm not sure if I'm considered clean cut. Maybe a little bit. I don't know, really. I feel like I have a little bit of edge to myself. Clean cut guys, I think of like short hair, you know, suit, no tattoos, minimal, if none, no jewelry, you know. So yeah. Once again, congruency to the environment. Model yourself into what your environment likes. Come to Toronto, Austin. Girls would love your archetype. All the girls here told me they like me with waves because when I had curls and dreads, they hated it. Again, the black population in CA is low. I've never been to Toronto, man. I might have to come. I might have to have some business meetings in Toronto. We'll see. But in terms of curls versus waves, you guys are probably knows this. I can never make up my mind ever. 6 months out of the year, I got long hair. 6 months, I got short hair. But I think I'm going to keep my hair growing out, though. All right. Appreciate the super chat, Bamise. I didn't get your question, though, but appreciate it. All right, guys. Remember, if you're on the Patreon and click the most recent link, if you want to join in the call-in show, if you're on the Patreon only. And then when you join, please show your face. I'm not hiding you behind any sort of anonymous filter. This is a face-to-face conversation. Get out your comfort zone and have some confidence. All right, back to today's topic. So if you guys missed it, we talked about high value men. What is a high value man? I laid out the list of tangibles versus intangibles. And obviously we are asking if high value men use dating apps. These comments, y'all are hilarious. Distracting, but hilarious. All right. So next up, like I said, a high value man, tangible things. And for that reason, I figured maybe I could calculate my SMV, my sexual market value. There are tons of calculators that do this. I have done it before. I have done a video on it, I think a few years ago, but I haven't done it recently. So what we're going to do, calculate my SMV, see if I'm a tangible, high value guy on paper. Like I said, I believe a high value man has an SMV around 8 plus. 8 plus. So let's see. We're gonna go to the SMV calculator. All right. All right, let's see. The SMVcalculator.com. Let's see. All right. I'm 28. I'm an old man. Just turned 28. Name. Miami Girls. That's from something else you guys don't know about. I might have been running an ad set, maybe. All right. Looks. All right. I'm gonna say. Let's be real. I think I'm like an 8. What y'all think? I don't know. Am I pushing it? I think I'm like an 8. I've been told I'm a 1 million before. I don't think the numbers go that high, but I think I'm an 8. I mean, we could push to 8.5. I want to see what y'all. Hold on, let me open up the chat. I can't even read what y'all are saying. One moment. Let me open up the chat real quick. Okay, 9.5. You're an 8, 8, 9. You're a low 8. It's okay. 9, no 9. You're an 8. Okay. All right, let's go at 8.5. I'm taking the average. Going at 8.5. All right. My height, you guys already know I'm 6'2". So let's go ahead and put that. There we go. Damn, this should know I'm lying. It's not even letting me drag it. It's like, nah, bring your ass back down. All right, 5'10" to 5'11". We can both agree. Everybody agrees I'm 5'10", 5'11". All right. I'm 5 foot. I'm 5'10" and a half flat foot. In shoes, I'm 5'11" to 6 foot. I have a perceived height of 6 feet. And I've tested this. I ask girls, how tall do you think I am? They always say 6 feet. Always. It's never 5'10". It's never 5'9". They say 6 feet. All right, body. Average, above average. I mean, it's somewhere between 8.5 and 9, honestly. I'm not saying like I'm Adonis, but you know, I think I got a V shape with visible abs for the past 10 years. All right, what are we saying? What y'all think? Body 9. Is 9 fair? I'm being very humble, by the way. Is 9 fair? 8.5. Somebody said I got big ass obliques. Damn. All right. I'm gonna go with 9. I'm lean, muscular. My physique isn't too bodybuilder-y. I think I have a female gaze for the physique. So style. Sometimes groomed. I'm not sometimes groomed. Let's raise that up a bit. Trendy sense of style, well groomed. Unique style, sharp dresser, always on point. This is a tough one. Apparently not. Y'all are saying 10. 10, 8, 6.9, 8. I think I'm in the top percentile of style. If I go out somewhere, whether it be club, social event, restaurant, I'm literally always the best dressed. Always. Compared to the guys around me, at least. If I was in a different environment, who knows? But all right, we're gonna go with 8. We're gonna go with 8. Being humble. Because I'm not one of those like fashion dudes wearing crazy stuff, you know. So we'll go with 8. Yearly income. Yearly income. Yeah. Uh this really doesn't all right. All right, let's say in comparison to my age, for 28-year-olds, I think I'm literally in the like top 0.1%. So I'm gonna just say 9. Net worth. So net worth is a combination of assets minus liabilities. I have no liabilities. I'm debt free. Have no loans. Everything I have is owned to me. 751 to 5 mil. All right, I'm gonna have to say 8. You guys just gonna have to trust me on this one. I've been in the business for a long time. Been doing social media 10 years. You do the math. Made my first 6 figures when I was 21. All right, occupation. Okay, influencer, B-list celebrity. I don't know. I got a million YouTube subscribers. Got 400K on this one. Blue check articles. I'm gonna say 8. Based upon outside validation and the things I've heard, women are almost always impressed whenever they see my stats. Almost always. I know it sounds like I'm bragging, but once you get to a point where you're just speaking the truth, it might come off arrogant. It might come off bragging. All right, social media influence, maxed out. All right, we're ready. Are we ready? Let's calculate. Let's see. 8.6. 8.6. I think that's fairly accurate. Some people are saying rounding up to a 9. I think like 8.5 or 8.6 is accurate. Keep in mind, I also believe sexual market value is tied to your age and also your location. So if I was 45 years old, if I was 50 years old, this would not be the same. And I think they make that adjustment in there. Keep in mind. So yeah, 8.6. And what I said, at least an 8. I believe at least an 8 SMV tangibly is a quote unquote high value man. So based upon the stats, I might just be. All right. Have you noticed a difference between waves and curly long hair? What gets you more girls? I have noticed that women tend to prefer medium length curly hair on me specifically. That's only after asking. Truth is, it really doesn't matter, at least for me. But when I have asked, like, hey, what is your preference? What do you personally like on me? It's almost always been having hair on my head. Almost always, like 95% of the time. I can maybe think of one person who said no, like with short hair. But most part, it's always have some hair on my head. Hey man, supporting you all the way from Finland. Have you ever dated women from Nordic countries, and how would you compare to American women? I don't think I've ever dated somebody from a Nordic country. No, maybe in their bloodline, but like living there or lived there? No, I don't think so. Mm-mm. Too westernized. I attract Western women. I really don't attract like foreign women, or maybe there's just not a lot in my area. I don't know. So sorry, I can't help you with that, man. But who knows? Probably based on what I've heard, American women are almost always worser than any type of woman out there. Almost always. That's what people are saying. I don't know if it's true. I don't know. Yes, Miami does have a lot of foreign women. However, I'm not in Miami. If I was, I'm sure that would be a different story. No zone. People say I look like you, Usher, and Anthony Joshua. That's funny. You must really look like me because I've been told I look like those two people for the past when I was younger, I got Usher a lot, but more recently I've gotten Anthony Joshua. I've heard everybody. Everybody looks like me, or I look like everybody. I don't know. Either or. All right. We got some people backstage, but if you want to join the call-in, please show your face. And if you guys are on the Patreon, remember, click the most recent link on the Patreon page so that you can join the call-in and show your face, please. And also for a free consultation, if you feel you might be a good fit to work with me one-on-one for my Digital Romeo mentorship, be sure to click the link. At the least, if you schedule a free consultation, at the least, if you're qualified, you'll get some tangible advice that you can walk away from. At the least, at the worst, right? Whether it be your Instagram or anything like that. So I'm gonna leave the link once again. Hopefully we'll talk to y'all soon. All right. We did the SMV calculator. Now, going back to answer today's question, do high value men use dating apps? I came across a video of somebody you guys might recognize, somebody you might be familiar with. He goes by the name of Tristan Tate. Tristan Tate, some of you guys may know him. He's the brother of popular Andrew Tate. And fun fact, the Tates, more so specifically Tristan Tate, has quite a bit of experience with online dating and Tinder specifically. I found a video. We're going to watch it together. And this might answer the question, do high value men use dating apps? All right, this might answer the question. So let's go ahead and see. We're going to watch the video together, guys. We're going to dissect it. We're going to look at his strategy. Let's see. Let's see. All right. The video is called How to Use Tinder by Tristan Tate. Let's see.
Headlines, national headlines, by stealing one of the most famous women in my country, Romania, from her husband. Over 1 million followers, verified on Instagram, this girl. How did I meet her? I sent her an Instagram message. Now, she gets thousands of messages every day, but very few from guys of my caliber. Very few from guys with that many followers, a blue check mark. She obviously was curious to see who I am. I made a nationwide scandal by stealing this woman from her husband. So,
hey, me and Tristan are pretty similar, man. Pretty similar. I don't do it purposely, though. I do loyalty tests every week, guys. If you want me to loyalty test your girlfriend, let me know. Actually, don't let me know. Book it. But what he's saying is that he used Instagram to DM a woman, and this woman just so happened to have a husband in a high position of status, and it created a huge scandal. That's crazy. Instagram is actually the world's biggest dating app, whether you realize it or not. Tons of people are meeting people on Instagram every single day. I've met women on Instagram. My friends have met women on Instagram. So it makes perfect sense, especially if you got the setup, attractive profile, high status pictures, blue check mark, good follower to following ratio. It all checks out. Let's see what happens.
if Instagram, you have to treat it like a job. as I said in the introduction to this, why is Floyd Mayweather the best boxer in the world? Because he trains. If you want to be one of the best playboys in the world and operate on my level, you have to think daily. You have to make a conscious effort to be more attractive, more out there, more in the face of the women around you.
What? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Let's rewind just in case y'all didn't hear that. Just in case.
Best boxer in the world because he trains. If you want to be one of the best playboys in the world and operate on my level, you have to think daily. You have to make a conscious effort to be more attractive, more out there, more in the face of the women around you.
More attractive, more out there. We obviously know what more attractive means. Hashtag looks max. All right. And more out there, presentation, putting yourself out there on multiple grids in real life, living a social life of abundance, as AMS says, right? Just basically like doing shit, going outside, not staying in the house. 2, presenting yourself on Instagram consistently, presenting yourself on wherever women are at that you want to meet, dating apps. Have to put yourself out there. Good job, Tristan.
So every day, if you see a cool scene, you see a cool restaurant, you're in a cool place, get someone to take a picture of you. Yeah, it's narcissistic. I hate pictures. I'm not even photogenic. I'm ugly in pictures. But I take these cool pictures and I put them online because I know it's money in the bank. It's going to grow with interest and it's going to pay off in the long run. So absolutely, you have to apply yourself to your online presence, and nothing is more important than Instagram.
I think Tristan just summarized what I've been talking about the past 3 years in one sentence. No cap. No cap. Absolutely facts. I wish I had a soundboard. I don't have a soundboard. I need to get a soundboard. Give me a hand clap. Something. That was spot on. He said he hates pictures, but when you go to these cool venues, these cool areas, these cool restaurants, these cool places, take the picture, bro. Take it. It's investment. It's interest. Present yourself. Goes a long way. Spot on.
There is a time and a place for dating apps. Dating apps really do work. I'm filming this on April the 11th, 2020, in the middle of a quarantine, which sucks. However, one country is not quarantined. Stockholm, Sweden. The capital of Sweden was open for business, so I decided to head over to Sweden with my brother and have a bit of fun. Play the Playboy game over in Stockholm, see how it goes. Now, if I had showed up in Stockholm, which was a lot quieter than usual, where would I meet the beautiful girls? I wouldn't really know where to hang out. I wouldn't know where to go or what to do. So I set my Tinder location. Yeah, I pay for Tinder. I pay for the premium Tinder. I set
a high value man pays for Tinder? Wait a minute. A high value man pays for Tinder? I thought a high value man didn't do that. Wait a minute. What's happening? At this point, it's 2020. So him and Andrew are already millionaires. They're flying private. They're going to Sweden. They're avoiding the beer bug, COVID, whatever, right? Paying for Tinder. Leverage. By the way, if you actually do want the best results, I do recommend that you actually pay for the services. It's pay to play. That's what it's always been for guys. But don't buy the $600 subscription that Tinder has. I forgot what it's called. It's like Tinder something. That's for simps. That is not for high value men.
my location to Sweden. I don't bother swiping. I pay for those boost things, and I have the Tinder Gold to see who swipes me first. I run 3 or 4 boosts. Then I take my pick. Again, like with Instagram, my Tinder pictures are me next to my supercars, me by the pool, me looking good, having trained hard. I try to get all the attention I can from the social media, and my Tinder pictures are my Instagram pictures.
Spot on. Something that I talk about, well, not to you guys, but Patreon, Digital Romeo students, is that whenever you post on Instagram, you post these pictures, right? If you're looking attractive, you in a buy your rented supercar, whatever it may be, whatever performs well on Instagram, that is a clear sign of it would work on dating apps. All right. So use it as market research. My pictures are always based upon something that has gotten really good engagement on my Instagram profile. Now, looking deeper into his dating strategy, what is he doing? He's buying platinum. He's using Boost, which is another strategy to get more matches quickly. And then alongside with that, he's not swiping. He's not swiping. He's liking on the girls who already liked him. Doesn't that sound awfully familiar? That's right. That's because I do the same shit. I do the same thing. Now, I'm not sure if this is a high value male strategy. It may be, but I think this gives me more proof that what I'm doing works for a certain demographic.
I didn't look at the best girls that have swiped me. I picked one. Her name was Philippa. Absolutely beautiful girl. Now, Tinder is great for one thing and one thing only: finding the best places in the city to go. Now, years ago,
I was not expecting him to say that, honestly.
if you were a playboy and you would land in a new city, you land in Singapore, it's 1988. What you do is you get in a taxi and you tell the taxi driver, "Hey, brother, where's the coolest spot in town? Where's the hot joint? Where's the cool restaurants, the cool bars, where the pretty girls hang out?" And the taxi driver would give you all the information you needed. Maybe a hotel concierge. Today, taxi drivers don't know shit. They're bitter, they're upset. The world has changed. The rich-poor divide is wider than ever. Taxi drivers aren't going to the expensive places. But you know who knows the best places in every city?
The hoes.
Beautiful girls.
Yeah, same thing.
That's what Tinder is for. If you use Tinder trying to get your pee-pee sucked, you're doing it wrong. You need to use Tinder to find the best places to go. Match with a really beautiful girl and say, "Hey, what's the best place to go in Stockholm on a Friday night?" "Oh, what was the name of the place now? Can't remember the name." But this girl, Philippa, replies to me, "Oh, it's here." I say, "Okay, we're going. I'm going to take you out. Bring your friends," because I was with my friends. "I'm going to take you out. Let's have fun." Now,
Okay, so he's playing the promoter game. This is essentially a promoter game. Get on dating apps, find the most attractive woman. He's asking a question first, and then inviting them out to the venue of the suggestion that she made. All right. If you're running promoter game, quote unquote, and you're already familiar with the area, the same thing you would do is match with the girl, if you match with her, but match with the attractive girl. You then let her know that, "Hey, I'm going out to this place. Come out, bring your friends." Fairly simple. Kind of very simple game, actually.
she said yes. And if she had said no, who cares? I now know the best place in town. I know where girls like her hang out. So, Stockholm all worked out exceptionally well. I end up sleeping with this girl, Philippa. She's still messaging me now. I've been home for weeks and weeks. That's what Tinder is good for. Finding the best places to hang out in town. And when you get to these places, make sure you check in on Instagram. Take a picture, tag yourself on Instagram. Because if you do that, I tagged myself at the Stockholm Grand Hotel, the best hotel in the city. That's where I was staying. I had 3 or 4 girls message me simply because I tagged myself at that hotel.
I've been telling y'all. If you want women to message you without doing any other work, have a public profile, post attractive pictures, tag where you're at, tag your location. Works charms, works wonders. If you have a good presentation, if you do. Yes, I saw in the comments, Tristan is 6'4". He's actually a handsome guy too. He's not a bad looking guy. 6'4", rich, a lot of status, a lot of leverage. True. He has a lot of leverage. But I think he had even less leverage at that time. In 2020, 4 years ago, this is before, the Tates were as big as they are now. So, but yeah.
Girls from Sweden, they all are obsessed with Instagram. Hot girls are obsessed with Instagram. And how did I find out that the Stockholm Grand Hotel was the best place in town to stay? From a chick on Tinder who I never even met. I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm thinking I don't know where to stay." She goes, "Oh, the best hotel's the Stockholm Grand Hotel." I Googled it. It was, boom, booked it. Then at the end of the night, when I was done in that club or whatever with Philippa, "Oh, where are you staying?" "The Stockholm Grand Hotel." Of course, it's the best hotel in the city. Like I knew, and I didn't. Oh, wow, yeah, it is the best hotel in the city. You know, I've got a killer minibar. Let's go and have some drinks. Come on, it's not late. I know
Pull her back.
everything here closes at 3. That's weird. You know, in my country, the party goes on till 5.
Pull her back. Hey, I'm staying at the nicest hotel in Stockholm. Let's go have some drinks on the minibar. Let's end the night off having some drinks together. They don't close till 3. Come by. Come through. Done party with you all night. Seen the social proof. You're at a table. Probably dressed nice. Yeah, we came in on the PJ. Yeah, I was in London. Came in on the PJ today. Yeah, come by the minibar. Easy.
True or not, I would have used that line. Let's go. Back to the hotel. That's what dating apps are useful for.
So that was interesting, right? Interesting because a lot of stuff was validated in terms of what I was saying, but also just sort of the game plan behind that. That's a very interesting game, but it makes sense, right? It wasn't like hooking up with her was at the forefront. It was more like inviting her out, having a good time, and then, that might be a benefit. So yeah, figure out what works best for you. And clearly that worked out for him. But to answer the question, yes, high value men use online dating because high value men use Instagram. Trick question. So yes, high value men use online dating because most high value men have personal brands. Most high value men use Instagram. A lot of quote unquote high value guys also who are single and available, in fact, do use dating apps too, by the way. Like actually, I've been around them. I've met them. These dating coaches too, by the way. Every dating coach I've ever met, by the way, uses online dating. Every dating coach I've ever met uses online dating. All right. And then also they have these dating apps where it's literally meant for a certain demographic or the high value guy, right? The League is one where I think for women it's free, but guys have to pay. And for that reason, it only attracts like a certain demographic. 2, you got Seeking Arrangements or Seeking, right? You've heard some people talk about that. I've never used it, but it does tend to attract more the higher value guy, at least tangibly high value guy, has his money on point, might have a bit of status. Celebrities, rappers, athletes, they are DMing Instagram models and sometimes normal girls, like normal girls who just post attractive pictures. They're high status people are in their DMs, contacting them on romantic interests. Shaq, I'm looking at you. I've seen them. I have seen them clear and day. So it actually happens. All right. All right. Casey, I get compliments on my looks in real life, but tend not to be photogenic. How do I become photogenic? Yeah. So there's not a congruency between your looks in real life versus photos. Few things. Number one is lighting. Lighting is pretty much one of the biggest factors, especially if you're a melanated person, to being photogenic in pictures. You always want the light source to be in front of you or at least at a 45-degree angle. So if you go outside, natural light, a window in front of you, something like that, lighting goes like a long way. I legit look like a different person when I'm in the wrong lighting. Honestly, because you're not. Alongside with that, you want to work on your angles. In terms of learning what works best for your face, most people at a 45-degree face angle is going to look the best. That way you can see your jawline. Also, this side of your face alongside with a little bit of this side at a 45-degree angle like that. Most people probably don't look the best straight on, or especially at a side profile. And the reason is because pictures and even videos is 2-dimensional. So you guys looking at me through a screen, I'm flat. I have no dimension towards myself. So for that reason, that's why you're probably going to look different in a 2-dimensional image versus 3D. That's also why sometimes when I meet guys in real life, like they're not shocked, but they're more so like, you look different, like in a good way though. Like I'm not after seeing somebody on the internet for so long, but you're standing there and they're like in 3 dimension, like a real person, like it's different, right? Even from like their physique and everything. You know, I get told sometimes I look bigger in person. Every now and then I might get, oh, you look smaller. But for the most part, people say I look bigger in person. So I take it as a good thing. Or they say I'm taller in person. You know, I did an experiment. I checked the BM with the most followers. I'm not sure what BM means. For the most followers with their looks, they all look the same. It kind of scared me. I feel like some women don't want to admit how they like. Oh, black men. I checked the black men with the most followers with their looks. They all look the same. It kind of scared me. I feel like some women don't want to admit how they like clean cut men. True, yeah. True. Especially interracially. If you're a black man dating interracially, the clean cut look is the most wide appealing, especially to other races. Ask me how I know. White, Hispanic, Indian, Asian, you know, that's who you're going to appeal to if you have that more clean cut style. If you have like dreads or very niche sort of hairstyles that maybe are more authentic to the African heritage, then just know you might not have the widest appeal, but that's fine if you like black women. That's fine. You know, that's fine if you like black women. I like black women too. Clearly. So yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. We did the review. Now we can answer some questions. I'm not sure if I want to do call-ins today. I'm not sure. I don't know. Should I? I don't know. We'll answer some questions, and if I'm feeling call-ins, I might post a link, but we'll see. All right. Also, if you're on the Patreon, still go to the Patreon and click the first link, and you can join the call-in if you're on the Patreon. All right, they're saying no call-ins. You're saying no call-ins. No call-ins? Maybe. Bro, you look big as hell in your last IG post in here. So the reason why I look smaller right here is actually an answer, a scientific answer. And that has to do with the lens that I'm using. So I'm using a more wide angle lens. And it has something called lens distortion whenever you have wide angle lens. This is why I tell guys not to use wide angle lenses on photo shoots if you're doing portrait photography, meaning you're taking a picture of yourself. The reason is because it's going to throw off your proportions. It's going to make your head look big. It's going to make your body look small, or vice versa. You just overall not going to look like yourself. The best fitness influencers who create dope content, who look like the most full, most jacked, the best portrait style pictures are all shot with a higher focal length lens, like a 50 millimeter, 85 millimeter, something around that range. If you're using iPhone or if you're using Android, but if you're using iPhone, zoom in to 1.5x, zoom into 1.5. That's how you get rid of lens distortion. All right. Once again, I'm posting a link for free consultation for you guys. If you're qualified, if you're older than 18 years old, which I'm not sure the age demographic here currently, but if you're older than 18, click the link to schedule a free consultation with me and my team. We're going to go through, identify why you're probably struggling, or if you're not struggling, how you can actually attract higher quality women more consistently, or how you can keep those women in your life. There's multiple sort of issues and problems when it comes to dating, right? There's so many things. It's like, okay, I'm attracting higher quality women, but now how do I keep them? Or I'm attracting more women, but it's not the woman that I like. I'm attracting like the 5s and 6s. You know, I want the 7s, 8s, 9s occasionally, right? So I'll post a link once again. Talk to you guys soon. All right, we're going to answer a few more questions. I'm attracting baby mamas. Me too, man. Me too. I've realized once you hit a certain age, dating changes for men and women, but more so with men. For example, at my age of 28, I'm about to hit the wall, guys. I'm scared. I'm 28 years old, about to hit the wall. But I realized dating apps, they'll show you more to women around your age range. So they're going to show you more to like 26, 25, 29, 30. And almost always these women have kids. Almost always. It's rare that they don't. Maybe that's something you might have to accept as you get older. I don't know. Like, imagine if you're like 32, 33, 34, 37. Like, are you doomed to only attract women with kids unless you're going to attract like a mid 20 year old or get lucky and find a woman with no kids at like 30 years old? I don't know. It's rare. It's rare. Someone said change your age and hide it. Thoughts on Chispa? Actually, I did a whole video on Chispa. I did a whole video. This was a year ago now. Search. I tried a Hispanic dating app, Austin Dunham, and you'll see my experience with it. Soon, I'm going to be trying more dating apps. I got one in mind that I'm going to try next month for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Started working out September 1st, 2014. So almost 10 years, consistently, meaning like every week. Do you seem to attract more women as you age? I think up to a certain point, yeah. Right? Because as you age, as a man at least, you become more resourceful. You usually grow into your looks, become more attractive. So yeah. Me personally, I started to notice I was attracting more women whenever I was like 23, 24-ish. That's when I started to more grow into my looks. When I was 19, 18, 20, it was rough. It was rough out here. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty surprised you said they like more with curly hair. I've asked girls to rate you with waves and curly hair. They prefer with waves. Maybe it's just Toronto trying to experiment. Yeah, different girls for different things, man. Yeah. That's interesting, though. Interesting. The thing I like short hair because you just kind of wake up, very low maintenance. Wake up, brush your hair, call it a day. Now, even though my hair is not long, you guys really can't see like the full length because of like shrinkage. But you wake up, it's like all matted, stuck. You got to pick it out. Like, it just takes more time in the morning, so it's kind of annoying. But shout out to Alpha Coalfield for 99 cents. Hell yeah. Let's do a call-in. Man, don't want to do a call-in. I really want to. All right. Okay. Fine. We'll do a call-in. But literally only 3 people. Maybe 2. We'll see. Depending on how long it is. All right. I'm getting the link. One moment. All right. Join the stream. One moment. All right. I'm posting the link right now in the chat. Y'all join if you want to call in. Also, please show your face. I'm not answering if you don't show your face. Posting link. Bam. Join. All right. Advice for talking about yourself on dates. I can get girls yapping about their lives, but when they ask me questions, I struggle to balance mystery, passion. Yeah. If they're asking questions, bro, you don't have to like consciously think like, oh, am I being mysterious? But just don't go too much into like crazy detail. Like, I have a problem with that. Not on dates, but when I answer questions, even I notice I do this. Like, I go into crazy detail. So just for a girl asks you about your career, what you do, just don't go into crazy detail, man. It is that. But don't overthink stuff, man. If you gotta ask yourself, like, oh, am I being mysterious? Like, no. But it's good. Lead the conversation, ask questions. See, I'm doing it again. I always do it. All right. All right. We got some call-in people. Got some Ruben. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up? Y'all official, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. What's going on?
What's going on, man? Just want to ask you a quick question. Me and my boy just jumped into the content game not too long ago. Started posting some clips. A few of them picked up some steam, but when we pick up some steam, every time we get some crazy ass like comments, I just like out of pocket, out of left field. Super, bro. Like, I was wondering if, let me ask you this: is that like a good sign that I'm like picking up interaction, or is that a bad sign that I'm building a bad reputation?
So, how polarizing is your content? Like, what are you talking about?
Nothing crazy, really. I think my boy was just talking about like fitness, and we're talking about like drinking and fitness that just stay with stuff with like no calories, but then they're taking shots at him like it has nothing to do with the video, the comments.
Mm-hmm. Just roasting you just for your
yeah, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Welcome to social media. Yeah, that's totally normal, man. Especially if you're creating short form content. You know, if you want motivation to get past that, look at my comments on Instagram and some YouTube videos, man. They're insane. I don't even read them. I just post. But yeah, it just comes with the territory, guys. If you're like getting an overwhelming degree of hate, then maybe like see what you're talking about. But it sounds like the content isn't too bad, you know. But as long as you're getting engagement, shit really don't matter, man. Let them meet it up, and that's gonna help grow you guys too.
Yeah, bro. What's like a good way to like gain like an organic following? Like, is there a certain way to do it?
Hold on one moment. It looks like my screen froze. Can y'all still see me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, my whole screen's frozen. But you said how to grow organic content?
Yeah, like organic following.
Organic following. That's going to be mostly through, like I said before, reels and organic content. So like not running paid ads, but like posting valuable content to a what the fuck? Okay, my bad. Yeah, posting valuable content to a target demographic consistently over time. So that's why it's important to identify who you're speaking to, who you want to talk to, and then from there, following a content plan, a content strategy behind that, and putting in the work, man, and getting better, evolving.
Hell yeah, brother. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro. Hey, we're in Austin. If you're ever in Austin, man, come puck with us.
Gotcha, man. 6th Street hasn't seen me in a minute, so I might have to come out there, man.
Come through, man.
I might have to.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
Of course. Good luck. Have a good one. Well, I posted a link, guys. We got one person who joined the calling show. One person. So we're gonna keep it a text-based Q&A. I'm gonna post the link one more time to join. One more time. Yeah. Hate makes you grow. Yeah, in some cases. Engagement is engagement. All right. But if you guys are into content, that's one thing for sure. You gotta learn how to build thick skin. It's coming. Expect everything to be made fun of, to be commented about, right? And I don't hate these people who do. I don't hate the trolls or anything, because fun fact, I used to be a troll myself. I've been on YouTube since I was like 11 years old. I vividly remember when I was 12, 13 years old, just trolling people and leaving hate comments. I used to do it. And I was like 12 years old, living with my mom in my underwear, eating Dorito chips, 112 pounds. Like, so I visualize that. I think about that, and shit don't matter. All right, JC.
Hey, what's up, man?
So man, yo,
How you doing, Austin?
good. You look just like my editor slash filmer slash good friend.
Oh,
Literally
really?
just like him. Holy shit.
Appreciate it, man. Well, hey, I'm trying
Yeah.
to get after you, man. Trying to get those arms like you.
Clavicle's crazy, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
So I had a question. So I don't really have too much of a problem once I get into a conversation with a girl. My question is, how do you get over approach anxiety? How do you get over, I guess, muscling up the courage to just go up to anyone, any girl at any time?
Mhm.
You're walking down the street. That's pretty much what's keeping me back the most, is that it's just like I see a girl and I'm like, do I go up to her? Do I not? And then I don't. And then I feel like I
Yeah.
missed out on a lot of opportunities.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. Approach anxiety. It's one of those things where if you dive it back a layer, you're probably only approaching attractive women or women you're attracted to, right? Are those the
Yeah,
only?
pretty
That's why.
much. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why don't. You need to build up some momentum before you get to that point. So I get the example of just being more social in general. You're in an elevator, create a conversation. You're at the grocery store, create a small conversation with the cashier or just whoever and wherever. You got to get used to overall just talking to people first. That includes both men and women, even the ones you're not attracted to. Then once you gain that skill, you gain more competence and more confidence through that. That's when you can move to the next level of, okay, I'm gonna try to approach this attractive woman. And you're gonna notice that you're gonna be less scared, have less anxiety, you're gonna be overall more confident. That's the only way to get better at stuff, is to simply by doing it. But instead of just going right in, you gotta take it down a notch, take it down a level, and that's gonna help out.
Okay. And then when you're like when you approach, I guess when you start talking, do you kind of talk about generic things, or do you really talk about her right away? Or, I mean, do you kind of just talk about, we're inside the store. What are you shopping for in the store today? Or these things like that, when you first, get that
Yeah.
conversation going.
Yeah. So for me, I like contextual openers based upon the environment or the situation. So it takes a bit of creativity, but pretty much, yeah. And then that's going to lead into like whatever small talk you can find. And then for me, I don't like to like talk for a long time, max like 3 to 5 minutes. And then, I mean, just roll me, I get the IG, not the number, and then call it a day. But yeah,
Okay.
contextual based openers tend to work best. And yeah, but even if you can't find a contextual based opener, I've seen times where, hey, you kind of what they call it, breaking the third wall, something like, basically they say, hey, I know this is random and I usually don't do this, or basically like making it clear, like, hey, this might be a little different for you, but here's why I'm approaching you. I was gonna say like, oh, I thought you were cute, thought you were pretty, but I don't like to lead with validation personally.
Yeah, it's kind
But
of simple, right?
it's not simping. It's just it's I'd rather compliment something on something they worked for or something unique instead of like their looks. So you can like lead with a compliment, but in terms of like their beauty, or I thought you were so pretty, blah blah blah. It's a little basic for me.
Yeah. Okay. And sorry, I have just one last question.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on giving a girl your number? What's your opinion on that?
Um. Hmm. So that reminds me. So on the dating app, I give girls my Instagram for the most part. I stopped doing it because they were finding my dating account. But before that, I would give them my Instagram, and the ones who were high interest, at least, would always go and follow through. So if you had a good interaction, if you can tell the woman's high interest based upon her body language in a
Mhm.
code approach situation, then you could do it. But I prefer to have a little bit more control based upon that. So I think I would rather get her number and then hit her up whenever I feel like it, versus kind of waiting on her. Because then you kind of, they forget, they go on with life,
Talk
versus
to
on a
another dude.
yeah, versus on a dating app, like they're on the dating app, so they're gonna come back and see my message. Oh, okay, let me go DM this guy on IG. Versus you met her in real life, it's a little bit different. So I wouldn't give a girl my number if I was to meet her in real life. No.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you, Austin. I appreciate it. You're doing God's work out here. A lot of us
Thanks,
need you,
man.
man. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Gotcha. Of course. See you, bro.
All right, see you.
All right. Jacob. I'm gonna add you to Sage. Jacob. What's up, man? Hey, yo. What just happened? Jacob, you were on. Did you know that? I'm not sure if you even know. Hey, hashtag looks maxing. He's mewing. He's too busy mewing. What does a mewing mean? Something like that. All right. Matayo. Ready?
Hey, how
What's
are
up,
you
man?
doing?
I'm doing
Good,
good.
thank you. So I'm from Switzerland, so I speak Italian. So I'm not perfect in English, but I just want to ask you a simple question about a girl that I dated see 3 days ago, and I usually don't text a lot after the first date. The first date went well, so everything good, and but I don't know how to deal with the situation because the girl continued to text me,
Mhm.
and so I don't want to lose the mystery, you know. And so how you deal with this type of situation?
Yeah, so you've already met her and she's texting you after the first date.
Yeah.
Right. All right, cool. That's actually a good sign. That's a great sign. But if you don't want to kill the mystery, you kind of want to play it cool and not be so in touch. I think it's always best to let your actions do the talking. So instead of messaging her back fast, which I'm not sure how fast you're doing right now, but take a little bit.
No, I take a bit 5 hours because I'm genuinely busy now because I have the exam, so
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. I mean, if you take 5 hours, that's good. Stick to that. Or in one case, like this is a little bit toxic, leave her on red. Leave her on red. And then just
Okay.
hit her up when you want to.
Okay. Now, just also because I would like to have a second date, but also I don't know how much time have to pass after the first date. So because usually I take like 2 weeks, but because he continued to text me,
2 weeks is too long. Way too long.
too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
After a first date and you haven't slept with her yet, you're in the momentum phase. You have to keep the quote unquote lead hot, which so ideally for a second date is usually going to be like anywhere from like 5 to 10 days after the first date, usually. And that's enough time to where they're so interested. Because we all know girls are like finicky, hot and cold. So it sounds like has a lot of interest. But if enough time goes past and she hasn't seen you and is not communicating with you, then that for sure that attraction can definitely lower, especially in a 2-week time period. So I think 5 to 10 days is like optimal after like a first date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's it.
Of course. Yeah. Leave her on red. Leave her on red. I'm telling you, change the game. You guys are afraid to do it. Yeah. All right. We got Shul. The real Slim.
How's it going?
What's up, man?
So I guess you could say I'm freaking out right now because I've never talked to a YouTuber before.
It's all good. It's all good.
So, and I look up to you in a lot of ways. You're a freaking way cool, high status guy,
Appreciate it, man.
Let's see. I had a question I was gonna ask you, but I'm not doing too bad on. I guess I don't feel too bad on looks wise. I'm 15 right now, so I got quite a ways to go before dating and all that, But yeah, I just want to say thank you for helping so many people. You've done great. I like
Yeah.
what you do.
Yeah, trying to, man. That's awesome that you're getting this content in at such a young age, bro. Like 15, man, that's insane. I wish
Yeah,
stuff like this existed when I was 15. So congrats to you,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Another thing I was gonna actually ask you is, so I started a YouTube channel, but I'm not quite too sure what to post.
hmm So
And yeah, I really don't know. Me and a couple of my cousins been trying to do that and do drop shipping and all that, but
yeah,
we haven't hit it too big yet.
yeah. All right. So if you don't know what to post, you got to think about what you enjoy, what you like. What do you like reading about? What do you like talking about? What is something that you can
Yeah,
talk about for hours and never get bored of? What do you find yourself researching? Who are the people you follow on Instagram? What do they like? That probably shows an indication of the things you like too. So think
yeah,
about your
it's
passions and hobbies and things like that.
yeah, yeah. I like I guess a lot of it as you know, influential content and um what is that, man? Fitness,
Mhm.
a lot of stuff like that, but I don't really I feel like there's not much to post because there's already so many social media platforms out there that are, and so many other guys that are doing it.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said before, things are saturated, but you fix that saturation sort of problem by identifying what can make you different. Right? If
Yeah,
you go in doing the same thing as everybody else, then yeah, it's going to be saturated. But what can make you different? You know?
yeah, and that's what I've been trying to figure out because I haven't had too many ideas lately.
Uh, yeah, you won't know until you actually start. That's the biggest thing. I've been doing YouTube since I was your age. Actually, I started my first video. I think I was 15 or 16, and I was
Hmm.
creating technology videos because at the time I've always been like kind of like nerdy in that sense. Like I was doing phone reviews, microphone reviews. Like I was doing stuff like that. And then I came across a new passion. It was calisthenics or fitness for me. And then I started
Oh
sharing
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and that's the one that took off for me. So just share, just post. Don't overthink it. You're at a time frame where you can make a ton of mistakes and just evolve. And probably the things you're into now won't be the same things you're into like 3 to 5 years from now either. Maybe.
yeah.
So yeah, I would say just have fun and get your feet wet and don't overthink it, man, at all.
Okay, okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah. All right, brother. Thanks for joining, man.
yeah, no problem. Have a
See
good
ya.
one.
Cool. All right, Jay, I'm gonna add you. What's up, man?
What up, bro? What up, bro? I watch all your content, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I saw the topic on there, and I think you do a really good job at breaking things down, man. And I'm trying to get to your status one day, man. Seriously. But
Appreciate it. Yeah.
yeah, for sure, man. But I just had a quick question. I'm kind of new to the whole dating app, Hinge, Tinder. I mean, Tinder's pretty trash, but Hinge is kind of where it is, I guess, right now. And my question for you is how much do you feel you should pay for like a Hinge date? Like what's the maximum that you would go? And I guess when you first initiate, um, contact with somebody, like what is the amount of time to ask like a chick out on like a date or something like that?
Gotcha. So amount of time. It's going to be variable depending on who you're talking to. It's not more so the amount of time that you're gonna ask her out, is more so the amount of messages I like to look at. So for me personally, I follow like a funnel structure that I talked about, like dating app to IG to number. And in between each message, usually it's like 3 to 5 before I get to Instagram, and then another 3 to 5 before I set up uh, the soft close, which is like a technical term, basically like seeing her interest to like a potential date. So I would say about anywhere from like 6 to 10 messages. that I personally tend to follow, but it's so variable. There's no like set answer because sometimes it's more than that, sometimes it's less. Depends on her engagement, her investment, her interest levels, so many variables. But if I had to give a time frame too, I would say ideally within 2 to 3 days after you've matched with her. If it's not within 2 to 3 days minimum, that's where you're getting to the point where you've invested a little too much for a potential loss. Where there's been times where I've spoken with girls for 5 days, a week at a time, and they agreed to go out on a date on day 6, day 7 for a few days later, and they end up flaking or they end up ghosting. So now I just spent a whole week texting you and it led nowhere. Right. So you don't want to waste your time. I'm all for guys like not investing too much time for a girl who hasn't earned or deserved it yet. So I will follow those rules. Yeah.
Okay. And how much, would you put a price on the actual date? Like that you go on, like, would you do like a typical happy hour or would you go like straight for the like fancy restaurant, type deal?
Definitely not a restaurant or fancy restaurant at all. If I had to put a price on it, like $50 or less tends to be the sweet spot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I definitely appreciate that, man. I'm just trying to navigate this whole online dating, Hinge, just all of this, man. It's relatively new to me. I'm a traditional guy, and meet somebody in person is kind of my thing. And all of this is just crazy, man. So
yeah, I feel you, man. If you want more help, bro, you might be a good fit for my program, Digital Romeo, where I work with guys quite literally just like you in terms of like your experience level and newness to the game. And so if you want my personalized help in order to fix your presentation and navigate the whole way through, then definitely book a free consultation, man. I think you'll be a good fit.
All right. I appreciate you, man. And I respect what you're doing, man. Keep it up. I'm watching all your content, man. And I hope wish you much success. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See you, man. All right, guys. I know we got some more people who joined backstage. I'm gonna only do one more. I'm just going to do Scott. So no more after Scott. What's up, man? How you doing? Scott, man. Scott. Of course, you're making your people look bad, man. You're making your people look bad. I try to do myself a favor by adding the white guy to the stream, and he decides to troll. You're making your people look bad, Scott. All right. We're going to end off right there. You guys are funny. You guys are hilarious. Much love from your fellow chocolate brother. Appreciate it, man. I have no idea what that was, but yeah. Too old to be acting like that, Scott. Too old. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end it here. Had a great time. Be sure to schedule a free consultation if you want more help by me. And yes, to answer the question, high value men do use dating apps. We answered that today. We'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace. Have a good one.